dispute also arose among them as to which of them was to be regarded as the greatest. And he said to them, "The kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and those in authority over them are called benefactors. But not so with you. Rather, let the greatest among you become as the youngest, and the leader as the one who serves." This is the third week of reigning over creation.
How can we apply John chapter 13, verses 3 and 4 in our lives today? I want you to notice a couple key things that Jesus did. Number one, like we said before, foot washing was practical. It was meeting a real need at the time. And there was no one to meet this need. In other words, in John chapter 13, we're not aware of a servant in that upper room, someone that was already doing that. So it was a real need and it wasn't being done. Number two, remember that foot washing was done by someone of lower social status. And so it was scandalous that Jesus was doing this. Number three, Jesus did something that could be done by anyone at any time. It doesn't require a degree in engineering to do this act of service. Peter could have just as easily have served everyone and washed everyone's feet in this manner. And this, number four, I think is perhaps the biggest one, the most important one. When we think about serving others in the same manner that Jesus did in John chapter 13, so I want the kids to hear this, and myself too. Jesus did it willingly and without a complaining spirit. If I ask Caleb to do something, and he does it, he obeys, but the whole time, that sort of negates the whole act of service. The same thing with me. This morning I had to catch myself. Melissa asked me to take up the clean bed sheets upstairs. And yesterday, okay. And my first reaction was to say, ugh. I did it, but I don't think it was too worthwhile that I did it after that complaining spirit I had. I mean, how would we understand that story of Jesus foot washing? If Jesus washed the disciples' feet, but man, he's just complaining that, man, why didn't someone else do this? Why do I'm the Messiah? You know, we can't even imagine Jesus ever doing anything like that. And the last one, by doing the act of foot washing, Jesus essentially honored those below him, above himself. He honored people of a lower social status, his disciples, and he honored those disciples above himself. So I read you those principles because as we think about our own acts of foot washing, we need to compare those principles with what we do.
Hear the word, do the word. .w